All right, I'm recording this. Many people think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just well read and a little pissed off. Then we can go all the way back to the American Revolution and the Reformation, the Catholic Church, the intellectual, what do you call that? Reform of the Enlightenment. It's deep. You have three major religions. They're battling over yada yada yada, land and territory, blah 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 blah, property rights, blah blah blah, whose property, what's property, blah 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 blah. It's all codified. My great great grandfather codified all the law in the state of Georgia. It's called the Irwin's Code. And when law gets codified, law is made through conflict. It's a yin and a yang, and then there's law. It's a problem, reaction, solution type formula. And it's been that way for history. Now, sometimes there are certain acts that go on that make other laws feasible to where people will accept them. But ultimately, law on this earth comes down to problem, reaction, solution. Boom. Peace be upon you. It gets very deep. When it comes to property rights and kingdoms and serfdoms and statehood, what is a state? Treaty of Westphalia, Roman, it gets deep. It gets really deep. In the concepts of our mind. What the American founders found that there was a Bill of Rights and it was there to produce tranquility amongst the earlier colonies or states, and they set the value thereof. Congress, the United States Congress, gives these people, 13 original colonies, sitting there in Spain and England and whatnot, to come up with a constitution and defend themselves. And that was the dollar system. The dollar, the United States dollar, is fashioned after the Spanish dollar, which is a set correct weight and measurement of what a dollar system is. The petrodollar, now we're here. World War IV, 3, 2, 1. It's the petrodollar system. And who's going to control that? And then you have the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews, whatever, and the Messiah. Who's going to control all that? It boils down to all that Messiahism. Jesus ran the money changer out of the temple because ultimately, look, we're all going to die. I'm a sinful, lustful drunkard. I admit that. And my bones are going to go out there and rot, and I'm going to die. And humanity has somehow not accepted that. In some of the religions, again, it goes back to, Jesus and Buddha. And your relationship with God, I guess. I don't know. You can stay here on earth and say you're going to rule the earth and change the earth and yada, yada, yada. You're really not. Your spirit, your energy, and energy never dies. It continues on. And that's what Buddha taught several years before Jesus taught. But that concept, it gets deep. So peace and love. If you're watching this, I love you, and I send it to you because I love you. The founding fathers knew 1 troy ounce of silver was a silver dollar, and now we're 40 trillion supposedly dollars in debt. Do the math. Just somebody needs to go to the Supreme Court and say, well, what is a dollar? And no one's done that. And it blows my mind. It says it right there in our Constitution. Congress should have the right to coin money and set the value thereof. Period.